So the most intriguing quarterback room in the NFL seems to be off to a kind of crazy start for the training camp season. Here's a nice pass by Shedeur Sanders up and over a defender on the sideline. That was really good ball placement by Shedeur. This next one's Kenny Pickett on a crossing pattern, putting this ball out in front of the receiver. That way he's able to catch it on the yak. And then this next one is Dillon Gabriel. Hard to see, but he has a really good job of connecting to his tight end on a quick little out route out there by the sideline. Here's the radio host.
Dillon Gabriel looks like the best quarterback in camp. Joe Flacco looks old. I don't know, 4 for 10 yesterday. But, Chris, I'm starting to think that once the season starts, we're actually going to utter the name Dillon Gabriel more than we will the name Shedeur Sanders.
So you can see it right there, some clips of training camp as they are all getting in the swing of things, and we are heading into the 2025 season. And then that was a clip from a sports radio host that is covering the Cleveland Browns in the area. So when you divide all these quarterbacks, we'll just go over them real quick. Of course, Joe Flacco, he's that veteran stopgap guy, just honestly until one of the young guys are ready. He could get you in there, win some games, but there's really no hope as far as like him being able to take the Browns to anything special. Kenny Pickett, of course, the young quarterback out of the University of Pitt, who I believe he was drafted to the Eagles. It failed. He's kind of now bounced around a little bit, and it's Kenny Pickett, whatever. He's not really a part of the solution. It is two guys, of course, that everybody wants to talk about, and really one guy, Shedeur Sanders, who was, we all know, okay? And then Dillon Gabriel. Me personally, when the Cleveland Browns drafted Dillon Gabriel, I didn't really think nothing of it. Like, I was not very high on Dillon Gabriel coming out of the draft. My honest opinion on Shedeur Sanders, I was not very high on Shedeur Sanders coming out of the draft. At least as a top 10 pick. I just did not think that guy. Y'all can get me out in comics, whatever, I don't care. But I didn't see him sliding to the 5th round. Now, so it is a crowded quarterback room. At most, they're going to keep 3. And, I would say Kenny Pickett's the odd man out. But you're hearing these reports about, is Dillon Gabriel the best quarterback in that room? And yes, it's early, and we still have a long ways to go. We've got closed practices with other teams, and then you've got preseason and all those things. I would venture to say that Joe Flacco is probably going to be the starter in Week 1, but who knows? Like, I did see a clip of him throwing the football. I'm like, man, there did not look like there was any velocity there. But Dillon Gabriel is a little surprising. Once again, still early in camp, but I don't really think that highly of Dillon Gabriel as an NFL franchise quarterback, but there's a lot of people apparently starting to talk over there that they think, especially from the shoulders up mentally, he is a franchise quarterback and that he is looking very sharp and if not the best quarterback so far in the early training camp sessions. I don't think Shedeur Sanders has looked bad, but from what it sounds like, I don't know if Shedeur Sanders has even got any reps with the ones. I haven't seen that reported. I don't know. It's just, this one is going to be one of those battles that's going to be very intriguing and to see how it kind of shakes up. Of course, Shedeur Sanders has a massive following, and it has a lot to do with his dad. But, I just felt like there was a lot left out there on the tape when I studied him. I didn't think he was a top 10 pick. I'm not saying that I didn't think he was a franchise quarterback, and I definitely didn't see him falling to the 5th round. I had Shedeur Sanders over Dillon Gabriel. I didn't really think too much of Dillon Gabriel, but we're going to see, and it would be very intriguing if it was all surrounding about Shedeur Sanders to the Cleveland Browns, when and where he was selected in the 5th round. And then if just Dillon Gabriel just keeps his head down and just works, and next thing you know, is he the guy? That would be a turn. Because even though where he got selected, he was in front of Shedeur Sanders. Me personally, when he got picked, I was like, that's a meh pick. I just a lot of Oregon fans out there might not like that take. I just never saw enough out of Dillon Gabriel that said NFL franchise quarterback. Really good college quarterback. I don't know. This is going to be one that we're going to have to keep seeing and keep updates throughout training camp. I want to know from you guys, especially if you're Cleveland Browns fans. What are you guys hearing? What are you guys seeing? I don't live in Cleveland. Is this a little? Of course, it's first couple days. There's going to be things that's overblown. There's going to be things that's not really reported very well. Like, what are your thoughts as this battle really is just beginning and is just heating up? Like I say, I still think it's going to be Joe Flacco. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be out the door. And then it's Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. We'll have to see where that goes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, stay humble, stay kind. Peace.